Imagine a world where one mistake could wipe out humanity, a place that's supposed to be filled with laughter and teenage innocence, suddenly turns into a battlefield of survival, and it all begins with one boy, one experiment, and one virus. The episode starts on a dark night. A group of students are brutally bullying a boy named Jin-su. Punches, kicks, humiliation. Everything is thrown at him. His life feels shattered. But then, something unusual begins to happen. Jin-su's behavior starts to change, as if something deep inside him has woken up. He becomes aggressive, violent, uncontrollable, and suddenly, he throws himself off a building. Everyone around is shocked. They assume he's dead. But one student whispers, "We need to take him to the hospital. Otherwise, this could get us into serious trouble." At the hospital, Jin-su's condition gets worse. Doctors are confused, unable to understand what's happening. And then his father arrives, Mr. Lee. We see guilt, pain, and exhaustion on his face. We learn that Jin-su was constantly bullied and helpless. Mr. Lee tries to comfort him, but suddenly Jin-su's body starts to twitch. His eyes open wide, his body jerks violently, and in a horrifying moment, he turns into a zombie and attacks his own father. Mr. Lee desperately struggles, and then comes the most heartbreaking moment of all. A father forced to kill his own son. He grabs a heavy book and slams it down to stop Jin-su permanently. Think about it. A parent killing their child, not out of anger, but to save others. Heartbreaking, isn't it? Mr. Lee packs his son's body into a suitcase and tries to take him away. But then, the creepiest moment happens. Inside the suitcase, Jin-su's hand twitches. He's still alive, or rather, undead. And this is where the real nightmare begins. The next morning, things seem completely normal at school. Students laugh, clean, gossip, and live their usual teenage lives. Here we meet the main characters, Nam On-jo, a smart and caring girl, and her childhood friend Lee Chung-san. Both are just like any other high schoolers, unaware that the biggest disaster of their lives is just around the corner. The school feels peaceful on the surface, but deep inside the science lab, a storm is silently brewing. In the lab, a curious student hears strange noises from a box. She opens it, and inside she sees an innocent-looking white mouse, but appearances can be deadly. The mouse suddenly bites her finger. Blood drips down, and with that single bite, her life changes forever. Mr. Lee, the science teacher, sees this. He panics. He knows exactly what's happening. This isn't just an animal bite. This is the infection. He locks the girl inside the lab. Her transformation begins. Her skin turns pale, her body shakes uncontrollably, and her eyes start to change. Mr. Lee injects her with a serum, desperately trying to stop it. But it's already too late. Meanwhile, the rest of the school goes on with its day. Students gossip about the missing girl, but no one knows the horrifying truth. She's not missing. She's inside the lab, becoming something terrifying. A teacher questions Mr. Lee about the girl. He lies, saying she's absent. But we, the viewers, know the truth. Every second that passes, the infection grows stronger. Finally, the tension explodes. The infected girl escapes from the lab, her face pale, eyes bloodshot, body twitching. She stumbles into the nurse's office. Students watch, thinking she's just sick. The nurse leans in to help, but in a split second, the girl lunges forward and bites the nurse. This is the moment everything changes. The very first zombie bite inside the school. The students freeze in shock. Some think it's a prank, but their laughter turns into screams when the nurse's body twitches, twists, and she transforms into a zombie right before their eyes. Panic spreads like wildfire. Screams echo down the hallways. Blood splatters. The infection spreads. The cafeteria, once a place of food and fun, now turns into a death trap. Students run, fall, and get bitten one by one. Chaos takes over the entire school. In the final moments of the episode, chaos reigns. Students try to barricade doors, but zombies crash through. Nam On-jo, Lee Cheong-san, and their friends are trapped. Everywhere they turn, there are zombies. No escape. The episode ends on a terrifying cliffhanger. Dozens of zombies charging forward. while the students huddle together in fear. The questions now are, will they survive? Or will they all turn into zombies? And the biggest mystery, why did Mr. Lee create this virus in the first place? What was his true intention? So that was the first episode of All of Us Are Dead. From one boy's suffering to a father's heartbreak, and finally to an entire school falling into chaos. This was just the beginning. Now I want to ask you, if you were trapped in that school, would you survive the zombie apocalypse or become one of the infected? Tell me in the comments below. And don't forget, this is only episode 1. The real nightmare is just getting started. So stay tuned for the next breakdown. Until then, stay safe and stay away from zombies.